When we first launched Cowork, what we saw was that the time it took from us to invoice an employer to get paid um, pretty significantly decreased. So my name is Steve McGovern. I am Director of Business Systems here at Urgent Care Group. Urgent Care Group, we have just under 60 centers across the coastal Southeast region and the Mid-America region of the U.S.
Stephanie Gamble. I'm an occupational health specialist for Total Access Urgent Care and Urgent Care Group. So before we started using Cowork, we would have to print out all of our invoices, mail them, the postage, and it would take a day and a half in order to get them all printed and mailed out and stuffed in envelopes. And then as far as day-to-day management, we would have to go to several different places in order to locate payments or amounts for invoice numbers, which all of this information is now in Cowork in one spot.
Prior to Cowork, we had quite a few challenges with OcMed and just not only on the invoicing side, but also on just the communication side. When we're talking about communication, because there's not a nice program in our EMR, we had to rely on picking up the phone, calling employers. We had, where we could email employers, but obviously we're in healthcare, so we couldn't do too much communication through email because we have concerns with HIPAA. And so just really, picking up the phone, talking to employers when we can. Again, we couldn't contact employers through the native PM. And so it's really, really painful.
I was a little apprehensive at first about maybe having to do some double work, but I do notice that my time is significantly cut in the process period because of Cowork. I believe I'm saving at least half of my day, 4 hours a day, honestly. It's so much easier to navigate, and then I'm able to work on other projects.
The one key area where my life changed was there were less complaints from employers. So less employers reaching out saying like, hey, I never got these results because we couldn't send them through email, or hey, I didn't get an invoice, or where's this invoice? And so really the escalated things that came over to my inbox or my phone really took a steep dive.
My day-to-day has changed tremendously. It's opened up my schedule in order to be able to verify balances and speak with employers directly if they have issues, which I wasn't able to do before. All of my time was spent tracking down invoices or trying to call employers back that I haven't talked to in 3 months. The invoicing process is so much easier. Like I said, it used to take a day and a half, and it takes me maybe 30 minutes now.
When we first launched Cowork, what we saw was that the time it took from us to invoice an employer to get paid pretty significantly decreased. One of the coolest things that we saw was there were a few employers that we do a lot of business with, and we gave them a heads up that we're making a switch, and we invoiced them, and historically they paid us quick. We would send the invoice, we'd have to wait 7 days for them to get the invoice, and then they would send us a check, and we would have to wait another 7 days to get the check, and then for it to post in the system. And so it would be right around 2 weeks where we would get paid. But when we told them about Cowork and we sent them off the email with the invoice, they paid the next day. And in some cases, it was the same day, and we just had to post the next day. So the days in AR there was a significant impact to it.
The biggest impact, I would say, is that we are seeing payments on older invoices that I believe we wouldn't be seeing unless, someone called them, because they are getting those daily reminders or monthly reminders.
I know the impact to my team was pretty significant, but also hearing that the employers really like the interface a lot better than our previous methodology, that was really cool to hear.
I just feel like I'm much more efficient, being able to utilize my time answering phone calls and answering employer concerns instead of worrying about sending out their invoices or their them calling for documentation and having to fax it. It's just, for us and for employers, if they are audited, all their information is in one spot. So we have much happier clients. We have a better turnaround time. It's just much more efficient.
Working with Cowork Health as a partner, they really do. They're able to take our input and make quick changes
Working with Cowork Health as a company has really been a pleasure. Just as an example, last night I sent a message to support. It was 8 o'clock and I received a response in 2 minutes. I didn't expect that, but it's nice.
What Cowork does really well is that they hear our concerns, but also are forward thinking enough to understand, whether or not it's something that's scalable, something that they can roll out to other clients without breaking anything and without ruining the support that we already have. And so the support that we have is fantastic.
I describe Cowork to my colleagues as the best tool that I've received since him working.
Cowork is a really thoughtful company that has put together a fantastic product that helps both my team, and it definitely increased the satisfaction from the employers that we deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Honestly, Cowork is a game changer.